Gemini, your Astrolecture episode 4 for today. We'll be pulling in some messages from your angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. See what's the current energy surrounding you. Overall advice, and see what insights I can pull in using the tarot. I'll be using the Everyday Witch Tarot. Sage out your energy a little bit. Alright. So yeah, doing another round of Astro Lectures. We are on the 4th lecture. Aquarius and Libra's readings have been going good so far. Releasing toxicity, grounding yourself. Reaching out to the overall collective to expand on your ideas and your thoughts. Gemini is one of those signs that talks a lot. If Aquarius thinks a lot, Gemini definitely talks a lot. And then of course Libra is just you're doing both, right? Writing everything down. I guess that's how it goes. If Libra is writing everything down, and then we have Gemini that's talking non-stop, and then we have Aquarius that's thinking and listening all the time, irrespective of their rightful zodiac signs and what parts of the body they represent. I think Gemini is it Gemini or Aquarius? One of them represents the tongue, and I know Libra represents the lower back. I'll have to continue expanding my research and knowledge on these topics. Make these astro lectures a little bit more insightful, right? It's the whole reason of a lecture. So grounding your energy today, Gemini, we have the Hierophant. So this can be someone like someone or something of a higher authority. Maybe your ancestors, angels, and spirit guides are reaching out to you, trying to get your attention. This could be a marriage. You see the two people, the masculine and the feminine, sitting next to each other. Again, this could be a teacher or a pastor or a guru, or maybe even some type of a psychic counselor, image consultant. You know, they're all wearing the same thing she's wearing. These are her initiates or her students or her teachers or people that she's advising. Her patrons. Definitely an overall student, and a student of life shouldn't just be, you know, kids or people under 18. Students, you should be learning something new every day. You should be keeping a clear channel and an open mind to receive all types of direct and maybe even divine messages from earth angels, or even from your spirit guides or your ancestors. Sometimes you may think of it as that devil on your left shoulder or your right shoulder, Gemini, right? Two faces of the same coin. But yeah, some type of a leader, even maybe authority figure. That's what's grounding your reading today. A very, very strong spiritual vibe, or a very strong vibe of a very because the person may not be spiritual, but they may have great power or a great presence. Sometimes people can learn from just doing or watching these people of high value, or a high caliber, or a high consciousness. Again, there's certain levels of enlightenment. It doesn't take you being a brilliant Einstein artist or intellectual to experience a moment of enlightenment. And when I speak about enlightenment or moments of enlightenment or entering the enlightened state, again, we must learn to master ourselves. And the only way we can master ourselves is that we learn from someone that has mastered themselves, unless we're going to take that long, arduous journey on our own to clear our own chakra and eliminate our own generational curses. Right. So, very spiritual reading here. Going into the 6 of Pentacles, charity. success, victory, experiencing a momentary solace of abundance, maybe even counting your finances at this time, or going over your finances, maybe even making donations, receiving donations. But Pentacles are about the abundance, money, earth planes, the tangibles. This, I mean, like, there's money here in this picture. She's dropping coin into someone's purse, and she's giving someone else a gift basket. Or they could be gifting her these things, but you're getting so many donations that they're coming from all sides. You can't even pay attention. But I mean, green is a very abundant color, right? The earth is full of abundance, a boundless green abundance. I mean, you could be harvesting something right now as well. Oop. What else is here? Yeah, there's the V again. There's the V of Pentacles around her neck, and the belt, the Pentacle belt. Again, I'm going to have to use a different camera because this isn't focusing as much as I would like to focus. But yeah, very spiritual person. She has a lot of friends, or he has a lot of friends. Got a lot of style here though. So let's move on. Interesting reading for the Gemini so far. The Six of Swords. So there's 2 sixes here, 66. So someone definitely spiritually inclined, a great leader or a hierophant or authority figure, a demigod, because a celebrity or a star or a demigod, people worship them and give them patronage, or they enjoy their artistic talent or their artistic beauty, or they receive some type of inspiration. You know, it's like being and doing a concert, and people purchase your ticket because they want to experience your vibe, your liveliness. So again, stop thinking about things in nefarious ways. I'm not saying that this is a negative read, but the current trend for the air signs is releasing toxicity. Very aware that we are very highly in tune individuals when we start to manifest destiny and take on our rightful places as the mother and daughters, the kings and queens, the princes and princesses of the universe, of the great, powerful, almighty, and the ancestors. So, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. We were created in His image, and indeed He created everything and cultivated everything. So we have that power within us to correspond, you know, practice the 7 universal hermetic laws and principles of being human or human being. You know, it's all about reciprocation, reciprocity. You watching other people's backs as they're watching your back, and you're all moving on the same accord, trying to move to gain a higher perspective or have more of an upward mobility. God can always be found where there are 2 or more people, and we all know the Holy Trinity is 3 people: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, or the Mother, the Daughter, and the Universal Spirit. So, great insights. You know, the moon represents what's hidden, hidden knowledge or insights and things like that. So, again, experiencing the victorious moment, pretty much moving away from toxic habits and toxic behaviors. Typically you would see on the 6 of Swords, so a person being in a boat or rowing away from a toxic situation or a difficult situation. Next here, Gemini, for your Astrolecture. So 4, we have the 5 of Cups. Alright, so we have Pentacles, Swords, and now we have Cups, 5 of Cups. Which would be difficulty in an emotional situation, maybe a family dynamic, maybe yeah, this is most likely a family dynamic, because when it's Wands, it's most likely friends, or just people that you're getting into it with. But the way I see Cups and people, and the way I see them as emotional triggers for us, this could be people very closely related to each other. having difficulty expressing their heart space to each other. Yeah, the spilled cups. It's like she spilled her two or her three cups here, but there's still more cups back there at the table. There's still more abundance to be had. She isn't noticing those two cups up there that's is currently sitting at the table. There's even an animal up there at the table looking at the fine dining and the feast and the wine and all that stuff. There may be a way to clear out this toxic energy, but again, you're gonna have to get a higher perspective, maybe a vacation. You see the 3 balloons up here taking off. They're leaving this party or this difficult situation, or at least they're trying to. There's breeze here, air reading, right? There's breeze here that's trying to blow these balloons and blow this tree here away. So again, difficulty, a disruption, or again, spirit could be blowing or pushing you to experience new things outside of this connection. 5s are about change, difficulties, and freedoms. When it comes to cups, that's freeing up your emotions and changing your relationships, experiencing them from a different point of view. It may be painful, it may be difficult for some people. Next, Gemini, we have the 2 of Pentacles. Balancing finances, balancing checkbooks, bringing balance overall to the situation. Could be trying to make a decision. Two of Pentacles here. So reaching up into the earth planes and making the ethers, or literally turning the air into gold. You see one of my favorite symbols, the infinity symbol. Here, as this magician is manifesting, and again, I think this is actually, yeah, no, this is a woman. There's some men in these cards here. Like this guy. This young fellow is receiving patronage here. But yeah, with the 2 of Pentacles, you're definitely bringing balance to the situation here. You could be, I always look at this as like the turntables or the DJ or the cooking. You know, you're grounding yourself. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, definitely grounding yourself here. Delivering a message about abundance. Delivering a message on how to stabilize yourself. Receiving insights on how to create a plan or create a business idea. This Knight here is coming in to deliver a message here, not a cup. It's delivering. It could be like a check, or some form of a payment, or some form of an idea that's going to be able to bring abundance. Yeah, there's a dude there. So yeah, finally we have a guy in the Everyday Witch Tarot, right? And he has a lot of stuff here. See, when you think of a witch, you think of this feminine chick and all this stuff. And indeed, he's riding on a broom. I get up every morning as a way of repetition and cleansing out my space and removing negative energy and detoxing. And I've done this my whole entire life since I was a boy. Sweeping or clearing and cleaning out my space. So he has his broom. He even has his black cat, symbolizing luck and divine messaging. And on his waist, see, she has this fancy shiny gold pentacle wrapped around her waist. But his utility belt, his Batman utility belt, has a screwdriver in it, a hammer in it, a wand in it. So again, witches or Wiccans or warlock or whatever pop culture reference you want to bring to a male spiritualist. It's not all rainbows and sunshines and flowers. These are very masculine manifestors. He's bringing in the abundance. He's bringing in the money. He's bringing in the intelligence. He's building. He's coming up with the master plan so that she can bring it down to the earth plane and balance out this situation. It's always good to have great relationships. You know, it just happens that sometimes some of them can be become difficult, but that is why we have to, you know, watch the backs of those that love us the most. Sometimes there could be gossip. People are susceptible to gossip. Gemini being one that talks a lot and spreads a lot of words around out there, should I say. But let's close out your reading. I think you have the longest reading of the day. It always is like that. The first one is the shortest. And then I think I'm doing too much on the second reading. And the third one is always the longest. So you have the longest messages out of the air sign today. Gemini, any advice to close out your reading today? Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, any advice, messages to close out the reading for Gemini's 4th Astro Lecture today? Current energies, upcoming energies, any advice? So Gemini, your advice would be the Hangman, which is 12. 1 plus 2 is the number 3. Creation, mastery, getting a higher perspective, or getting a different point of view on how to delegate or master yourself, coming up with new ideas and ways to, or maybe even just taking a breather. You know, sometimes again you may just want to pause and reflect. Again, you're one of those, you're the air sign that talks a lot. And again, a masculine figure, I believe here, the hanged man. So on the hangman card, you wouldn't necessarily have a woman, right? And both of his legs and his arms are bound, but he has the key in his hand. So really, again, how bound is he? He's really putting himself in an awkward situation here to gain higher knowledge, higher perspective, doing things that other people are not willing to do, so that he can spend his life manifesting the things that other people will not indeed be able to manifest. And there's going to be abundance coming in here as well. There's going to be a lot of abundance coming in here as well. But yeah, definitely interesting messages here for you today, Gemini. Again, releasing toxicity, getting a different perspective, a higher perspective. The universe is comprised of angles. We can remove all the numbers and the letters and the signs and symbols and just get down to the nitty gritty. There was once nothing, and from that nothingness everything sprang forth, right? So just remember, be mindful, be aware, stay positive. Practice your shadow works when you need to practice your shadow works. We are all working towards mastery. We have goals, whether etherical or tangible, and more power to you. Be safe.